Hey, what's up? This is Jesse from Cantilever Games, and I thought I'd play a little bit of Diablo 2. This was always like one of my favorite games. It's probably my favorite game of all time. I always played this growing up. Here and there I always come back and play it some more. I usually like playing Battle.net and doing things like the ladder resets, but this time I thought I'd try something different and play some single player using this plugin. What that does basically is gives you a lot of nice features, like your chest is expanded so you can hold as many items as you want and transfer these between different characters. It does a few other things, like you can reset your stats and skills, you can kill the Cow King as much as you want. So it's just a really nice add-in to have, and I wanted to try it out. Make a single player character and just play it through once in a while, and wanted to see if I could gather some different items and sets and see how much I could collect. So let's get started. So I've been thinking about it, and I think I'm going to do a Sorceress for this. I always like playing Sorceress, and I think it's a good way to start off if you want to do some magic finding and stuff. And I've always been a fan of Frozen Orbs, so I think that's what I'm going to shoot for, is a Frozen Orb. And since I'm playing alone, I might want 2 elements, so I'll probably do Frozen Orb and like a Chain Lightning. So you can see this is pluggy. Normally your stash is much smaller than this if you played Diablo 2. I think it's about like half this size, and you don't have as many pages, so you can just put as much stuff in here as you want. So if you talk to Akara, she gives you your first quest, and it's to look for the Den of Evil in the Rogue's Camp. So when you first go out of town, this is the Bloodmoor. This is kind of like the first area where everybody's pretty weak. With Diablo 2, if you push S, you can see your skills down here. The Sorceress starts off with a staff that gives you 1 to Firebolt. That's why I have this skill already. Down here is the experience. You have a stamina bar, so as you run, your stamina drops, and then you have to walk until it comes back. You have health and mana, and your mana regenerates. At the beginning I like to just pick up everything because I have no gold yet, so I'm going to try and sell everything I can. There's the Scroll of Identification and Town Portal. If you do a Town Portal, it brings up a portal that brings you back to town. The identification is for stuff like this, unidentified items, so you use one of these to identify it, and then you can equip the item. So this is what we're looking for, the Den of Evil. So basically we want to go in this area and kill all the monsters. Down here you have your potions that are equipped inside your belt, and you can also use the hotkeys 1, 2, 3, and 4 to use them. That's what I just did. You can also see that I leveled up. Every time you level up you get new stats and new skills. So now I'm level 2, so I have 5 new stats and 1 new skill to use. For the stats, for right now, I'm going to focus on strength, because I want to be able to wear some equipment like the armor, hats, and things like that. And for the skill To start off with, I'm going to use this. It's called Warmth, and it's a passive skill, which means it's like always on, and it increases the rate at which you recover mana. And this is a good one to just throw 1 point in to help you build mana up, especially at the lower levels when you don't have equipment to help you with that. The way the Sorceress is set up is there's 3 main skills. There's Fire, Lightning, and Cold. What I was saying before is I'm going to shoot for using this skill, Frozen Orb, which is one of the final code spells. And along with that, I want to use this Chain Lightning, which is like a lightning bolt that attacks multiple enemies. And I'll probably also get this Thunderstorm, so that it also helps. It's just random shots of lightning that come down. So that's my plan for right now, is to focus on Cold and then also a little bit Lightning as a backup. You can see on the map, these things here are called shrines. If you click on it, this one will give you fire resistance. So you can see I have max fire resistance. And that'll last for a little while and then go away. You can see this blue zombie. He's what they call like a special or a unique monster. They usually have better drops, but they're also usually like stronger, harder to kill. And they'll usually have a special property, like this one has Spectral Hit. You can see under its name. Different items can be white items are usually like normal items, and then you'll have blue items that are magic, and they could have a magical property. Yellow items are rare. They're usually a little bit better than magic items. Then you'll also have things like unique items that are gold colored and set items that are green. These shaman guys resurrect the smaller ones, so you usually want to kill them first. You can see there's only 5 monsters remaining now, so we're almost done. There's only 1 monster left. This is the fun part. You have to... Oh, there he is. Sometimes you have to run around the whole map and look for them. So I'm going to be lazy and just make a town portal and go back. You can see if you look at the quest logs, return to Akara for reward. Now I can reset a stat and skill points. This is valuable if you're not using Pluggy, but with Pluggy I can do this anytime, so it doesn't really matter right now. So I'm pretty much just going to sell everything, because I don't really need any of this. Since I do have some gold now, I'm going to buy a Tomb of Town Portal and Identify. These are nice, they hold like 20 each. So instead of filling up your inventory with scrolls, you could just fill these up. And I'll buy a few to go in there to start. You can also deposit your gold into your stash. So this is the second quest, and it takes place in the Cold Plains. To finish this video off, I think I'll go and find the Cold Plains and find the waypoint. What I mean by that is, just like the town portal took me back to town, there's these things called waypoints in each area, and if you find it, you can use it to go back and forth. So right now I'll go out and try and find the Cold Plains waypoint. So Flavi usually is a good sign of like where the Cold Plains are. When you see her, you know it's right up here. The waypoint's usually right at the entrance too, so that's all I'll do for now. Come back to town. If you talk to Akara, she'll heal you, so that's nice. Sell some of this stuff. Now that I have a belt, I have more room for potions. So I think again I'm just gonna put all of this into strength. And that, I might stop around 25 actually. After this I'll probably go into vitality a bit. So I want to start right off going into the cold spells. So I like using the armors. Some people say that it's not really worth it, but I like this armor here. It gives some cold damage, which isn't really a big deal because it's really small damage, but what it does do is it'll slow down the enemies that are trying to attack you, which is really nice. And then this is Ice Bolt. I'll put a point into that. So basically to get a Frozen Orb, you can see that there's a synergy with Ice Bolt. You get 2% cold damage per level. So every point you put into this will increase your Frozen Orb damage by 2%. So that's really nice. For lower levels though, I think I'm probably going to need to use spells like Ice Blast and Glacial Spike. And if you look at them, they all have synergies with each other. So Ice Bolt and Ice Blast will help Glacial Spike and vice versa. So for a while now I'm going to really concentrate on these skills, beefing those up to get a high damage Glacial Spike. And then same thing with Lightning is probably around level 20 or something I'll start putting some skills into this to get a Thunderstorm. So I'm going to start using this actually. You can set your skills to hotkeys as well, so I'm going to make this F1 and this F2. So I can hit F2, put on my shield, and then use F1 to shoot the Ice Bolt. And that's all I'm going to do for this one. I'll catch you guys next time. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for further progress on this character. See ya.